On October 7th, 1940, Garrison was born in Hahira, Georgia, being the youngest of 7 kids. Assigned male at birth, would remain in Georgia until 19, when they would head to Boston to attend beauty school, but would pursue degrees at a couple of prestigious universities focusing on administration and management.
Over time,
they had begun to transition and had formally requested a name change to reflect her new appearance. The Suffolk County Probate Court agreed. As such, she was now legally known as Althea Garrison. Althea would soon get interested in government, making her first run for Boston City Council in 1981, a race where the top 18 would get the seat. She ended up getting 30th. She remained undeterred as she would run for the 5th Suffolk District of the Massachusetts State House Democratic primary the following year, also unsuccessful. But she remained undeterred on her dedication to public service, getting a job working as a clerk in human resources for the state comptroller, using her vacation time to make more runs for office. She would end up crossing the aisle and running as a Republican, but she seemingly had similar success. Then, in 1992, when she was running for the 5th Suffolk State House seat, she challenged the validity of ballot signatures of the incumbent Nelson Merced, which effectively booted him off the ballot, leaving her without an incumbent, making it an easy path for her to win. When she got in the seat, she ended up becoming an interesting figure within the GOP, both being fiercely pro-union while opposing abortion and same-sex marriage, which made conservatives question her. So they started digging into her past, and what they found was the fact that Althea was transgender, with Boston Herald reporter Eric Fernstrom confronting her about her past, and when she refused to give in to the smear campaign, he wrote an expose titled, "New State Rep Leaves Questions About Past Life Unanswered," outing her to the entire Massachusetts electorate, causing her to lose re-election due to the transphobia. After the massive loss on her part, Althea would end up then becoming a perennial candidate in Massachusetts. A rather odd one at that, running for office a grand total of 44 times, under multiple ballot lines, ranging from Republican to Democrat to independent progressive. Althea explaining the reason for her multiple parties being the fact that she did not necessarily align with any party, stating, "I'm basically a conservative, but I also have some liberal ideas." I mean, if she bothered answering the media at all, with Garrison openly having a disdain for local media, more than likely caused by the Boston Herald incident, to the point where she would reject any questions from the media regarding her sex or gender. Althea would not re-enter prominence until 2017, when she ran for Boston City Council at-large district, getting 5th place, which means she just missed the threshold to join the council. But there's a stipulation in Boston law that states that if any of the top 4 cannot finish their term, the next place finisher joins the city council until the next election. And coincidentally, one of the members of the city council, Ayanna Pressley, was running for Congress. So Althea decided to support her bid just for her political gain, which ended up working, which meant that Althea was now on the city council. And boy did Althea make sure she was distinct from the rest of the council, making it known not only was she a conservative, but also supported Donald Trump and the Boston Police Department, agreeing with the so-called Operation Clean Sweep that saw the arrest of 34 homeless people for living in a tent city. She also supported pro-police legislation after people counter-protested a white nationalist straight pride parade,
which led to unrest.
She also supported rent control efforts, even going so far as to circulate a home rule petition to make it so that Boston could do it, which was met with hesitancy from the rest of the councilors. Another controversial thing was when Althea got to pick a pastor to give the convocation, choosing a man by the name of Roy Owens, a perennial candidate and virulent homophobe. And the tension with the rest of the city council grew to the point where when it was time for them to run for re-election, Althea openly told people to oppose her 3 incumbent peers and only cast a vote for her, which did not work so well as she ended up getting 7th in a race of 8 people. Afterwards, Althea returned to being a perennial candidate, not winning another office since. Nothing notable happened until October 19th of 2023, when Althea officially came out of the closet as transgender. Yes, everybody knew, but this was the first time that she did it of her own volition, with her stating the reason that she was doing so was because her last race was approaching soon, so it was time for her to finally claim her place in LGBTQ history. A rather interesting chapter in LGBTQ history, considering certain things of her political beliefs, but a part of the history nonetheless. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell to notify that future video of mine comes out. And if you want more content from me, consider supporting me on Patreon.